Hey, my name is Alam and Sarah, and so, what am I doing today? As you can guess, so today, I would like to talk about So a couple of days ago, the news circulating about vaccinations of PPV was temporarily suspended after a woman brings COVID-19 positive mother to MIC PPV. So I was wondering if a person already knew they were test positive, but why they insist to come to public areas? Why they need to go to public areas despite that her act is a selfish thing to do during this pandemic? Today, I don't want to talk about being selfish. I don't want to talk about being priority. But I just want to talk about when it comes to COVID-19, you are being dishonest. For my fellow, I want to talk about the dire consequence being untruthful when it comes to COVID-19. I want to talk about it to my audience about why it's important to be honest at this matter. According to Journal of the American Medical Associations in 2018, has revealed that as many as 81.1% of all patients lie or withhold information from their healthcare provider. So perhaps this current situation actually happens to our own country too. So according to Astro Awani, a woman actually admitted to doing ID50 pilgrimage where some of her relatives are in for health, but she still to approach them. And the women are also accused of not wearing a face mask, not maintaining a physical distance, and thus not complying with the standard operations procedures set by the governments. So perhaps maybe you or someone you know will be part of this 81%. But to be honest, I don't want this to happen anymore. So I have researched this topic to discuss about the problems with people who are not honest about the COVID-19 test, and I want to explain, obviously, we want to explain the importance, the good side, the benefits of being honest, of being sincere. So today, I like to discuss the problems where COVID-19 patients being dishonest for my own suggestions to implement a new law against dishonest patients. So and I also want to explain the benefits, the good side of it, to implement the law. Now that we've seen why being dishonest is a problem, so let's look at the solutions. So for the first solutions, government should introduce the law sections 10(1) and 12 of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988. So, what is the purpose of the law? So, for the law is to impose an obligation on an adult to notify the authorities and not to act in a manner likely to spread infectious disease. So, a failure to disclose or notify could lead to a punishable offence under Section 34 of the Act. So, if it's a first offence, any person found guilty may be facing imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years, or fine, or both. So, let me remind you about, there's a story where once about Makcik Gelamping, she was viral because she breached the observations order. So actually, the Makcik was jailed for a day and fined 8,000 ringgit for disobeying a surveillance on an observations order during a compulsory quarantine period. So this is the purpose of the law. So the law actually to punish the people who was being dishonest, and at the same time being giving an example to people that you should be honest when it comes to COVID-19. So the second part will be mass screening to high COVID cases. So what is mass screening? So mass screening is a major large swab test is one of the way to slow the spread of COVID-19. So, according to Berita Harian, a total of 97,000 individuals who were screened through a free screening program implemented by the state government of Selangor in the period from May 8 to June 10. So, this screening will focus on the hotspot areas of COVID-19 cases, so as well as industrial and manufacturing areas. So basically, the purpose of the mass screening is to see who in the community, in a large community, whether some of the people have already infected. Because as you can see in COVID-19 cases, some of these symptoms cannot be seen easily, such as some people might develop a fever, but not a lot of people are having the same conditions as the state of birth. For the third and the last solutions for today, report to authorities if you see anyone breach the observation period. So every individual who has just returned from abroad is required to wear a wristband during the periods of observations and supervisions at home. The reason is to prevent people from being exposed to the risk of COVID-19 infections, especially their own families. So since the viral photo of an auntie wearing a wristband going out to eat at a store, her actions have done public condemnations and authorities in investigations looking for stubborn individual. So this is the reason why wristband also helps people to identify people who has been breaching the observations period. So if you see anyone wearing a pink wristband, please call police immediately. You're aware of the solutions. Let's discuss about the benefits. So for the first benefits, people will quarantine themselves at home and notify the hospital if they have a symptom. So basically, if people have been suspected to have COVID, just wait at home. Wait until the health officers will screen you whether you are tested for COVID. So for the second part, clusters will be decreased and the COVID cases will be declined. So this is the importance of doing a mass test screening, so we can detect and identify who has been infected suddenly, because sometimes COVID-19 symptoms can't be read easily. Like some people have fever, but maybe this person are feeling well, but they test positive. So for the third and the last part will be, imagine if COVID cases can be handled easily. It won't cause too much harm for us. So if people decided to take part, to stay at home, follow the guidelines, follow the observations order, don't go anywhere when you suspected for COVID-19 virus. So please, if people can obey the rules, so please, if people can obey the rules, so basically COVID-19 cases can be reduced in an easy manner. So in conclusions, today we discussed the problems of being dishonest, the solutions of preventing it, and the benefits. So if my solution is enact, you or your family or your close one will be protected. And lastly, let's kita jaga kita. Don't be selfish just because you need something, so you go out and expose yourself with the virus, or you expose other people with your virus. So please, take part on combating the COVID-19 to make a great future of our country. It doesn't need a lot of things to do, but just stay at home. It doesn't need a lot of expensive things to do. It's just easy. Stay at home. Thank you.